You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, a man is caught on video setting a fire in Joplin.
Also, a driver under the influence crashes into a guardrail and walks away without a scratch, despite it going through the car.
And we've got ourselves a pretty decent start to our Memorial Day Monday. We're looking at warm temperatures and maybe some scattered showers and storms. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Amber Jenkins. Joplin police say security video shows someone setting fire to a home in the Byers and Murphy neighborhood on fire Friday. Fire crews were dispatched just before 3 a.m. to 1101 South Jackson in Joplin. They found a single-story house fully engulfed in flames. It was brought under control by 310. Nobody was found inside, but firefighters did rescue a kitten. Investigators found the fire to be suspicious and now have video that apparently shows a man lighting the fire. Police in Parsons, Kansas have arrested a man they say is a suspect in a shooting. That man is 58-year-old Terry Kenton. He is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, and other charges. Authorities say the shooting happened near 17th and Durr Avenue.
And we've got ourselves a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there, as you can see off to our west. Those have been developing over the last few hours, and they're starting to die out just a little bit, but they're still expected to skirt our far western counties as we go later into the morning. And then we're going to spend the majority of our day mostly clear to partly cloudy before we see additional thunderstorm development this afternoon. Here we are at 4 o'clock, southeast Kansas, looking to be the zone for scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And then we will see additional chances of showers and thunderstorms as we head into our Tuesday. So by the afternoon, a few more scattered showers and storms out there, and then maybe a better organized group of storms rolling through southeast Kansas into southwest Missouri, northeast Oklahoma before it begins to die out. And then this process repeats for us as we head into our Wednesday. MoDOT camera 20th and range line, we are looking good so far there, and same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. Sunny skies out there as we start our Memorial Day Monday. Few clouds, otherwise not bad. 63 in Joplin with a south breeze at 3 miles an hour, and across the area starting to warm up here and there. 60 Nevada, 59 Fort Scott, 64 Pittsburgh, 59 in Parsons, 62 Chetopa, Miami, and 63 Neosho and Carthage. We get our morning started. Again, aside from those showers out to our west, we're looking at mostly clear skies, temperatures warming near 80 degrees by late morning. And as we head into the afternoon, we'll start to hit highs right around the low to mid 80s across the area. Partly cloudy initially, and for most of us will remain partly cloudy. But again, in southeast Kansas by this afternoon and this evening, start to see a few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. Partly to mostly cloudy as we go into the overnight hours, dropping back down into the low 60s. And again, as we mentioned, those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Temperatures remaining in the low to mid 80s, and they will continue to do so even as we head into the weekend. So rain chances not having any impact on temperatures. Got a mostly sunny day for us on Friday. Mostly cloudy as we head into this upcoming weekend, and we could see a couple of stray showers out there as well. Amber?
Thanks, Chris. 3 people were killed in a Labette County, Kansas crash late Friday night. Authorities say the vehicle was traveling east on Highway 166 near Coffeyville when it hit a steer in the roadway, causing it to go into the westbound lane where it was struck by a semi. 3 people in the vehicle were killed. The driver, 81-year-old Jimmy Bond, 79-year-old Barbara Bond, and their grandson, 21-year-old Colton Bond, all of Edna, Kansas. The driver of the semi was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. An overturned car is found off of 246 near Carterville, but here's the kicker. The motor is cold to the touch. At almost 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, reports of an overturned vehicle near the split for Webb City, Carterville on 249 was called into Jasper County 911. Carterville Fire and Mets Ambulance responded alongside the Carterville Police as well. The crash occurred about 5.3 mile marker and the SUV overturned before it left the highway. Nobody was in or around the crash, and the motor was cold, which indicates to authorities that the crash happened several hours earlier. Along the trail that the SUV left were a variety of tools and work-related items. Authorities in Bourbon County, Kansas share a media release involving a DUI crash from over the Memorial weekend. Images from authorities in Bourbon County show a white Jeep SUV that had crashed into a guardrail, which then ran itself through the entire vehicle and came out the back window. The location of the crash in the county is unknown, and the driver walked away without a scratch on them. This is a reminder to not drink and drive. Up next, how black kids are more prone to asthma than other kids.
And later, if you're feeling the Monday blues, no worries. We've got an adorable puppy story for you. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
In Health Watch this morning, when it comes to managing blood sugar levels, people with type 2 diabetes might want to make sure they are exercising in the afternoons. Massachusetts Brigham and Women's Hospital released a new study that looked at data from more than 2,400 people who were overweight and diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The Harvard Medical School researchers also used a motion detector device to measure activity. Turns out that those who did moderate to vigorous physical activity in the afternoon had the greatest reduction in blood glucose levels. A new study shows that your ability to handle high amounts of pain may be related to how much you exercise. Scientists in Norway say that those with higher levels of activity had higher pain tolerance, and they could also withstand pain better than those with inactive lives. The researchers did 2 rounds of studies on 10,000 people. The study suggests being physically active or even boosting levels of activity shown in higher pain tolerance. The scientists say whatever you do, the most important thing is to do something to increase movement in your life. That's if you want to help develop the ability to manage pain easier. Scientists say artificial intelligence helped them develop a new antibiotic to fight a dangerous type of drug-resistant bacteria. The new antibiotic, named Alsbocin, controlled the growth of a deadly superbug often found in hospitals and other health care facilities. Doctors at the University of Pennsylvania teamed up with MIT and Harvard on its development. They use AI technology to sort through thousands of potential compounds to locate the few with the most promise, which significantly cuts back on testing time. For people living without asthma, breathing is easily something that can be taken for granted. And while difficulty getting air is not a good thing for anyone, health data from the Centers for Disease and Control and Prevention finds that asthma especially affects a large amount of African American children compared to any other group in the U.S. Chris DeMio has more.
The most up-to-date data from the CDC reveals nearly 26 million people in the U.S. have asthma. More than 4 million of those are children.
I have a bad cough. It hurts my body.
But for black children in particular, asthma is proving to be even more alarming. The CDC reports African American kids are more likely to develop asthma than any other racial group in the country.
I've already got asthma. 2 out of 4 of my kids have asthma. Now I just have to hope I can prevent it for my grandchildren.
Besides genetics, health officials say high rates of asthma in black kids is fueled by racially motivated housing laws of the past, which resulted in African Americans becoming more likely to live near energy plants that release pollutants in the air, and in older rental units prone to breathing hazards like mold.
It's clear that there is systemic racism. I don't think that there's a racist on the steps of the Capitol saying, let's have all toxicants go to communities of color. But the rules and the processes that are in place tend to make that happen.
Catherine Manson's son Carter has asthma. She recalls when the 5-year-old had his first asthma attack in public.
He just kept saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. He's crying. And I'm just like, okay, just breathe, just breathe. Sorry. It was scary.
A little more than 3,500 people die from asthma complications each year. CDC data shows black kids are 8 times more likely to die from asthma than white kids.
Well, we've got ourselves a few scattered showers and thunderstorms just making it into our far western counties. We'll tell you what these showers are going to do and how the rest of our Memorial Day looks when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:14 on this Memorial Day Monday. Skywatch Storm Tracker still showing these showers and a couple of thunderstorms out there just outside of our immediate area. Slowly but surely rolling off to the east-northeast. And so some of our western counties are going to get in on this action, and then it's expected to die out pretty quickly, but it'll set the stage for some additional thunderstorm development later this afternoon across southeast Kansas. So we go through the day. Once we get those showers out of here, we're going to spend the day mostly clear to partly cloudy, and then by about 3-4 o'clock, we'll start to see some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms developing across parts of southeast Kansas, and those will persist a little bit through the evening before they die out. And as we head into tomorrow, we're going to see a repeat of this situation. By the afternoon, scattered showers, thunderstorms across the area, and then possibly a more organized line of thunderstorms later in the evening on Tuesday, pushing through the area pretty quickly and then dying out as it moves off to the southeast. And then this process will repeat again for us Wednesday and Thursday. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, looking to the south. We are looking good so far. Plentiful sunshine on the KDOT camera at 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh. And same from our camera at 7th and range line. A few clouds out there, sitting under partly cloudy skies in Joplin, 63, south breeze at 3. And we had a cool start for us across the area this morning, but progressively starting to warm up. At 63 in Carthage, 64 Pittsburgh, 63 Chanute, 62s in Chautauqua, Miami, and 63 in Neosho this morning. As our morning gets started, again, some showers out in our far western counties. Otherwise, mostly clear skies, near 80 by late morning. And as we head into the afternoon, not a bad day at all. In terms of temperatures, pretty warm, great day to get outside. Low to mid 80s, partly cloudy, and then again as we head into the afternoon, evening hours, southeast Kansas, start to see some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms. It will otherwise continue to be partly cloudy for the rest of us through the evening and into the overnight hours, dropping back into the lower 60s. And those scattered thunderstorm chances again continue all the way through Thursday. Temperatures remaining low to mid 80s through the weekend, mostly sunny on Friday, and then increasing clouds this weekend with the possibility of a few light showers. Well, a new video game set in the Lord of the Rings Middle Earth features a very different protagonist. Rick Damigella reports.
Gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to kneel.
No elves, dwarves, or nasty little hobbitses to play as here. The Lord of the Rings Gollum casts the player in an unlikely role.
My precious.
This is a really cool idea. The Lord of the Rings Gollum is a very interesting take on this character that has been central to all kinds of tales across Tolkien's work. And it's a story that takes place between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
The Dark Lord, what did you tell him?
Nothing.
Players get to experience both sides of Gollum's personality.
So we get to follow Gollum and Smeagol, because he's a character with two personalities, and we see his desire to retain and regain his precious. It's a stealth action adventure game, which fits. Gollum is a guy that likes to slink in the shadows.
Must stay in the shadows.
Gollum himself is a lot more cartoony, a lot more stylized. It makes him a little bit more sympathetic. There's an innate empathy that I think Gollum kind of expects from the reader or the viewer anyway, because he's a tortured soul. He does some horrible things, but he's been through a lot, you know? And so I think it's pretty interesting that we get to control this character and kind of see the world through his eyes.
We must find help. He mustn't see us. No, not him.
Searching for my precious in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Well, the Lord of the Rings Gollum came out Friday for Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation consoles. Now, I've never really been into the Lord of the Rings, but still, the gameplay looks interesting, and I do like the unique take on the storyline, putting you in the perspective of a different character, one that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be in. Sometimes that makes for some of the best video games. We'll be back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this. With summer around the corner, it's time to get out those swimsuits and jump in the pool. But a Boston Terrier in Canada, that seems like an unlikely place. Well, he swims year-round.
Here's Denise Moose on the pooch who's taking doggy paddle to the new heights.
Think of him as a pool puppy. Thor, the Boston Terrier, loves swimming so much, he got his own indoor pool.
He loves to jump. That's like his favorite thing to do would be to like jump in the pool.
Boston Terriers are not natural swimmers, but Thor started young, plunging into lakes in British Columbia, Canada, wearing a life jacket, Soon he graduated to his own outdoor pool. Even though he hates to be out in the rain, he eats it up when he's in the pool. But owner Lisa Mazurek says it was always sad when outdoor swimming season came to an end, so she and her partner converted an old garage into a pool house for a pup. This was his first dip. Now he swims at least twice a day, squeaking every time he jumps in.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Always swimming in circles.
And how many laps can he do?
Roughly about like 300 laps when he's out there.
Occasionally he uses his duck floaty. He's got his own Thor towel. Why do they spoil him?
Because of that face.
Though Thor doesn't know it, he has an audience most evenings at 7.
We'll go live on TikTok because people, for some reason, really love to watch him swim.
How many dogs would make this choice?
Bacon? Or the poo?
No, the bacon.
Or the poo.
But this is a dog that can swim and chew bacon at the same time.
Do you want the bacon in the pool?
Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
Level up.
Well, that squeal he makes is a little concerning. I mean, he sounds like he's getting injured, but he's really having a good time.
Yeah, just super excited. I just know my dog is definitely not like that. He's too lazy, so.
And aren't we all, though?
Right.
I mean, why do you, we have these comfy chairs? Why do you think we have these comfy chairs?
To be lazy.
Exactly. It's tough sometimes.
We need to be like that dog. We need to get like a little indoor pool.
We
in the
have
studio.
enough room in this building. They could put a pool in here. And it could be indoor, it could be heated.
Oh,
Think
that'd be
about
nice.
it. They
That'd
could
be
put
nice.
a jacuzzi in here. Anybody from management listening,
take notes.
we need a pool.
Take notes.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a hot tub or anything. Oh, that'd be nice too. But a pool would be great. Keep us in shape. Keep us active.
Definitely.
Yeah. We've got more of the KOAM morning news and less pools when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:26. The inaugural Worldwide March for Jesus has been held since the early 1990s. The annual march took place Saturday morning in Joplin. This is a worldwide march for Jesus. The last time Joplin participated in this march was in 1996 with about 3,000 people. People marched with praise music north on Main to Landreth Park and held a worship service there. Pastors from all over the region joined to pray in prayer tents and even had some baptisms were held. The community of Carthage came together on Saturday to honor the memory of an officer, Lane Burns, who tragically lost his life in the line of duty last year. Carthage residents held a somber yet heartfelt remembrance ceremony at the local park, paying tribute to Officer Burns' dedication, bravery, and his selflessness.
I mean, he paid the ultimate sacrifice, and we just want to honor him and his memory and his legacy. And I mean, although he wasn't serving here in this area, our community, he did grow up here, and this was always home for him.
Over 600 people attended the event. The Moorcan Dragway celebrated Memorial Weekend with its annual Bracket Classic. The event consists of 5 races for different vehicle classes: Super Pro, No Electronics, Sportsman, Motorcycle, and Junior Dragster. Each class had prizes for first place and runner-ups varying from $2,000 to $20.
Today's event is for our regulars, our diehards, our bracket racers, guys that are local, guys that travel in from the surrounding areas that have race cars. They're out here running for the prestigious Memorial Weekend Classic title in their own category.
This is the 57th year of the Bracket Classic.
Well, I don't think management go for it, but I've driven a 2015 Jeep Patriot news vehicle we have here for years, and I'd love to put that thing on Mocan. I don't think it'd do very well, but it'd still be fun just to floor it, just once. I don't think they're going to go for it, though, unfortunately. But what we can all go for on this Memorial Day is a decent day. We've got mostly clear skies. We'll have a few showers to our west. Temperatures pushing near 80 by late morning. We'll have partly cloudy skies heading into the afternoon. Temperatures low to mid-80s. And then across southeast Kansas by about 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon and into the evening hours, could see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. These will be scattered, so don't cancel your plans. Just keep an eye to the sky. Otherwise, the rest of us remaining partly cloudy, remaining mild. dropping back down into the lower 60s tonight. Scattered showers and thunderstorms a deal for us Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday across the area. Temperatures remain low to mid 80s. We're looking mostly sunny on Friday, and by the time we get to the weekend, got a few more clouds moving in and the possibility of a stray shower or two. Amber?
Thanks, Chris. Memorial Day is a time to honor those who have died serving in the United States in America's military. It also marks an unofficial start to summer with lazy backyard barbecues and other festivities. But for many, this Memorial Day weekend has been marked by tragedy instead of celebration, as a string of shootings rocked communities across the nation. Reed Bennon reports.
These gangbangers who are lawless, and what they are gangbangers.
Officials say at least 3 people were killed and multiple others injured in a shooting at a motorcycle rally in Red River, New Mexico, Saturday. According to police, it started with a confrontation between motorcycle gangs. The mayor of Red River said everyone involved is in police custody. Police say Jacob David Castillo, who was injured and hospitalized, was charged with an open count of murder. Meanwhile, police in the Seattle area searching for a suspect after a Saturday shooting at a casino. 3 people were hospitalized and are in critical condition. On the other side of the country, 5 people were shot Friday in Baltimore. Police say it began with an argument.
With officers less than 50 or 60 feet away, there was an officer that had been here all day. It says a lot about that person who is willing to do that.
All the injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening. Police are still looking for the suspect. A suspect also still at large in nearby Washington, D.C., after a man was killed in a shooting at the Metro's Navy Yard station Sunday morning. That shooting started with an argument on the train. And in Atlanta, 2 teens were shot Sunday morning outside a high school. One 16-year-old victim was killed, the other hospitalized in stable condition. No arrests have been made, and police did not say what led to the shooting. I'm Reed Benyon reporting.
This morning, we are discussing those who have served.
Now, leading up to Memorial Day weekend, Appleton's Highland Memorial Park Cemetery in Wisconsin was turned into a site for kids to honor roughly 5,000 veterans. Dozens of troops of all different ages gathered to participate in the now yearly tradition of setting up American flags near gravestones of veterans. Matthew Ehlers, senior patrol leader of Troop 41, says it's his 3rd time doing it, and it won't be his last.
Others like Jaden Lapinens with VFW Troop 67 says the event and the holiday as a whole brings people together with their shared appreciation for those who served.
That brings us to our question for you this morning. Did you or any of your family serve in the military? So far, 96% of you say yes, 4% of you say no. So make sure you take time to vote through our website, through our app, and take part in discussion on our Facebook page.
That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on KOAM Morning News. With violence rising against Asian Americans, how they're fighting back, but with words.
And we've got a pretty decent start for us for our Memorial Day Monday. We'll tell you about some incoming showers and how the rest of the day is shaping up coming up. Well, for generations, Asian Americans have often traded their birth names for more Western-sounding ones. And with an increased violence against people of Asian and Pacific Island heritage, a growing number are fighting back with words. Chanel Cole has the story.
My first name is Jian, so that's spelled J-I-E-U-N.
Born in Seoul, South Korea, Jian Ko was 2 when she moved to Annandale, Virginia with her family.
This is a picture of me eating Cheetos.
But because of the language barrier, an immigration officer wrongly but legally renamed her Chi.
And so then when I come to America, I'm like stuck with this name.
For nearly 3 decades, Jian struggled, straddling 2 worlds with 2 different identities.
At home, I'm Jian. At school, I'm Chi. And it was like this natural code switching that happened, I think, because of the name.
Then, 2 years ago,
when the Atlanta spa shootings happened and they were reading the names on the news of these women who had been murdered, who were Asian, a lot of them were misspelled, a lot of them were missing half of their names, and it was traumatizing.
Jian wasn't alone. According to Vivian Louie, head of Asian American Studies at New York Center College, it was a moment of reckoning.
It was a period of shock, I think, for many. Why now? And what can we do about it?
Young Asian Americans started reclaiming their birth names.
It's another form of resistance. It's feeling that this is who I am, and I shouldn't have to make apologies for it. And I shouldn't have to fear for my safety or my family's safety based on what our names are.
The pandemic accelerated change. As violence targeting Asian Americans grew to record highs, a new study reveals roughly 80% don't feel like they belong.
I think names are a crucial part of when it comes to a sense of belonging.
Sunho Lee, who went by Sunny for more than a decade,
I wanted to see how many people were reclaiming their names,
is now documenting this trend.
So I sent out a call for submission.
Overwhelmed with messages from across the country, Lee published this book of stories that celebrate Asian names.
Witnessing people flip through the book and tearing up, laughing, saying, "Oh my God, this is how I feel." I hope that this tells others that, hey, you have an option to go by your given name.
For Jian, this option means embracing who she's always been.
I just feel so much more comfortable in this skin, in this name. Like, this name feels like me because it is.
Chanel Call, CBS News, New York.
We've got some scattered showers, even some thunderstorms out there to our west. They'll be making their way into parts of southeast Kansas. We'll have more on that full forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on this Memorial Day Monday, just now turning 7:40. Got some showers, even a few thunderstorms. They're slowly creeping into our western counties, and they will continue to do so as we go through the early morning hours here, the next 2 or 3 hours. They're expected to die out, but they'll set the stage for some additional shower and thunderstorm development across parts of southeast Kansas later today. So as we go into the afternoon, here we are. 3, 4 o'clock, scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms out there. And again, these are going to be mainly focused in southeast Kansas through today. Then we'll head into tomorrow. We start our day not too bad. We'll have mostly clear skies, a few clouds, a couple of stray showers late morning, more scattered showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon, and we're looking at the possibility, at least for tomorrow, by the evening, an organized batch of showers and thunderstorms rolling through and moving off to the southeast. Those will die out as the evening progresses, and we head into our Wednesday, and as you see, the pattern repeats heading into Wednesday morning, more scattered showers and thunderstorms. So much needed rain on the way, just not that much, unfortunately. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, looking to the south. It looks good. Same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400, just south of Pittsburgh, Kansas. And from our camera at 7th and Range Line, we got some clouds out there. Otherwise, not bad. 63 degrees in Joplin. Got a south breeze at 3 miles an hour. Humidity's up there, so it feels a little muggy, but not bad. 63 Fort Scott, Chanute, 59 Parsons, Neodesha, 65 Miami, 62 Neosho, and 63 in Carthage. As we get our morning started, for the majority of us, we're going to see mostly clear skies. Temperatures pushing into the upper 70s, near 80 by late morning. We'll see a few more clouds, go partly cloudy as we head into the afternoon. Highs today reaching low to mid 80s. And then again by 3, 4 o'clock in southeast Kansas, we'll start to see some of those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. Meanwhile, the rest of us should remain partly cloudy and mild as we head through the evening and into the overnight as we drop back into the lower 60s. As I mentioned on the future track, shower and thunderstorm chances scattered for us through Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Temperatures all the way through the weekend remaining low to mid 80s. We'll see mostly sunny skies for us on Friday. We head into the weekend, clouds increase, and we could see the opportunity of a couple of stray showers by the upcoming weekend as well. That's a check of your forecast. Now here's Amber with a check of Consumer Watch.
Twitter has unveiled a new paid access tier called Pro. It costs $5,000 per month, and it allows subscribers to receive 1 million tweets and 300,000 automated tweets a month. The offering is aimed at attracting startups, but is already receiving backlash for the unaffordable and coming too late since the paywall went into place. In an effort to make money, Twitter has restricted the amount of data that can be accessed until users pay for it. Americans will spend less on gas this Memorial Day weekend, which is good news for those who are hitting the roads the next few days. That's up 6% from a year ago, according to AAA. Gas prices are down more than $1 compared to last year, which means people will pay less to fill up their tank. Gas Buddy says consumer spending on gasoline will likely plunge by $1.6 billion during the 4-day weekend compared to last year. People who live in California will no longer be able to purchase a new home insurance policy from State Farm. The insurance provider stopped accepting home insurance applications as of Saturday. State Farm says risks of wildfires, construction costs going up, and challenging market are all the reasons for the decision. It will also not be taking any applications for business policies. Existing policyholders will not be affected by the shift. State Farm says it acknowledges the changes in California as making it up to avoid wildfires. We'll be right back. KOAM and our parent company, Morgan Murphy Media, are giving new journalists an opportunity for a year of in-depth training, giving them experience in many different aspects of the newsroom.
We're now going to we've been introducing you to the first group to participate in this program.
The cost of living has gone up significantly.
Ask Carrie Worthen what she thinks about her job, and she might tell you, I'm living the dream.
And why? I wanted to be in the news since I was a little girl.
But as sometimes happens, life got in the way.
There you go. Now pull up when you go up. Oh my gosh. And I got pregnant. In my pregnancy, I was sick every day, like all day long. It was horrible. So I ended up dropping out at MSSU. I got married, had 2 more kids, and then I got divorced.
Carrie worked odd jobs through the years, thinking that was her life's path, until her mom saw an ad for a part-time news assistant.
I was like, there's no way I'm going to get that job at the news station.
Despite her hesitation, Carrie applied, and a long closed door to her dream was about to open.
I cried whenever I got the phone. I immediately called my mom and told her, and she was so excited for me. And then you can put that in your pocket if you want to.
Carrie's now a full-time reporter with opportunities to anchor, immersed in a daily masterclass of journalism.
I'm going to be 33 soon. I'm just now getting into my groove. So I have tons more to learn. But I'm willing to do it.
Like so many, Carrie balances work with being mom.
Put your hands up there.
3 grade school kids who she says kept her moving forward during difficult days.
So when I got a divorce, I was like, I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. Like, I felt like my life ended and it was a rock bottom. And so I didn't think it could get any better. Without my kids, I wouldn't be where I am today. My kids are the reason that I go to work every day. They're the reason I wake up every morning. They're the reason I work so hard.
Carrie says that today she's in a good place, co-parenting with her ex-husband, growing professionally, relying on her faith, and the strength that comes through adversity.
Everybody has stories. Everybody has hard times. But I realize that you can either use those as excuses or as motivation. So yeah, I had hard times growing up, and I went through a divorce, and there's times that I had no money in my bank account. But I can either dwell on those, or I could use this motivation to never be back there again. So now I just move forward and let my past push me.
Lessons she hopes her kids carry with them as they pursue their own dreams.
You can find more information about the program on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com.
That's certainly a great program that we've started. Amber, you're part of that program, and of course, I imagine for you it's been a great experience.
Oh yeah, learned a lot within this year, definitely.
Lots of hands-on learning, and really in this industry and in many's, that's the best way to do it, is just to get out there and start tackling it.
Oh yes, definitely.
Well, we're grateful to have all of you aboard with us, and we are grateful for a pretty decent Memorial Day out there. Now, the Skywatch Storm Tracker showers, couple of thunderstorms now starting to roll into our western counties, and we've been waiting for them to do so, and they are slowly doing so out there, and they will continue to do so. But believe it or not, as big as this activity looks, it will eventually begin to die out as it pushes further off to the east-northeast, but it will leave behind enough energy to set off some additional shower and thunderstorm development later today across southeast Kansas. So let's head later into today. Here we are at 4 o'clock. Showers, thunderstorms scattered scattered, but they will begin across southeast Kansas. So since they're scattered, don't cancel your plans. But if you are outdoors today for Memorial Day, just make sure you keep an eye to the sky. Keep the Skywatch weather app handy. The scattered showers, thunderstorms continue through the evening. They will die out, and then we will head into tomorrow. And by the late morning, early afternoon, we'll start to see a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms. And we're watching the possibility of an actual organized group of showers and storms to roll through later in the evening on Tuesday and then start to push out and break apart as it heads off to the southeast. And then we're going to repeat this pattern as we head into Wednesday morning with a few more scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, looking to the south. A few clouds out there, otherwise looking good. Same from the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. Not seeing as much sunshine, so it must be a cloud right overhead. Our camera at 7th and range line showing those partly cloudy skies. Otherwise, temperature's not bad. 63 in Joplin with a south breeze at 3 miles an hour. Temperatures around the region, we had a pretty cool start, but we're getting better. 63 Nevada, Fort Scott, Chanute. 59 Neodesha, Parsons. 65 in Miami. 62 in Neosho. And 63 in Carthage. And as we get our morning started, aside from the showers out to our far western counties, the rest of us partly cloudy, mostly clear skies. And we're going to be pushing near 80 by the end or by late morning. We'll have another look at your full forecast and the news you need to know when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. An overturned car is found off of 249 near Carterville, but here's the kicker. The motor is cold to the touch. At almost 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, reports of an overturned vehicle near the split for Webb City, Carterville on 249 was called into Jasper County 911. Carterville Fire and Met's ambulance responded alongside the Carterville police as well. The crash occurred about 5.3 mile marker and the SUV overturned before it left the highway. Nobody was in or around the crash and the motor was cold, which indicates to authorities that the crash happened several hours earlier. Along with the trail, the SUV were a variety of tools and work-related items. Authorities in Bourbon County, Kansas share a media release involving a DUI crash from over the Memorial weekend. Images from authorities in Bourbon County show a white Jeep SUV that had crashed into a guardrail, which then ran itself through the entire vehicle and came out the back window. The location of the crash in the county is unknown. The driver walked away without a scratch on them. This is a reminder to not drink and drive. Joplin police say security video shows someone setting fire to a home in the Byers and Murphy neighborhood on Friday morning. Fire crews were dispatched just before 3 a.m. to 1101 South Jackson in Joplin. They found the single-story house fully engulfed in flames. It was brought under control by 310. Nobody was found inside, but firefighters did rescue a kitten. Investigators found the fire to be suspicious, and now they have a video apparently showing a man lighting the fire. 3 people were killed in a Labette County, Kansas crash late Friday night. Authorities say the vehicle was traveling east on Highway 166 near Coffeyville when it hit a steer in the roadway, causing it to go into the westbound lane where it was struck by a semi. 3 people in the vehicle were killed: the driver, 81-year-old Jimmy Bond, 79-year-old Barbara Bond, and their grandson, 21-year-old Colton Bond, all of Edna, Kansas. The driver of the semi was taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
Got a few scattered showers and storms in our far western counties this morning. Those clear out. We'll go partly cloudy, low to mid 80s as we head into the afternoon. Then by about 3, 4 o'clock, more scattered showers and thunderstorms develop across parts of southeast Kansas, and those will persist into the evening hours. And outside of that, we'll have partly cloudy skies for the rest of us. Overnight lows tonight back into the lower 60s. We have the scattered shower and thunderstorm chances all the way through Thursday. Temperatures are going to be back up into the low to mid 80s through the week. Maybe a few showers this weekend. Overnight lows pretty good as well into the mid 60s.
Well, it's a girl.
The Milwaukee County Zoo welcomed this newborn Bactrian camel calf. Says she's healthy, weighing about 88 pounds at her first neonatal exam. She's bonding well with her mother, AJ, and is getting to know her father, Stan, through a mesh fence.
The 2 adults have 3 male offsprings, but this is their first little girl. The zoo says visitors might be able to see the family's newest addition in person, depending on weather and other factors.
So, little baby camel. I've never actually seen a baby camel. We've done stories about giraffes and elephants and hippos, but I've never seen one about a camel. That's pretty darn neat.
First for everything.
Absolutely. And first for that family of camels as well.
First
as it's
girl.
their first girl. So there you go. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try
again.
That's what you got to keep doing sometimes. Well, we want to thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning on this Memorial Day Monday. We will be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and have an even better day.